Hello, I'm Jim Taylor. I like to do a quick little recap video on solar projects. So the one for Cohen Woodworking. So we have a customer, Mercury Plastics. They've done 5 different projects with us. They ended up liking all the incentives that were available, and they actually needed a new roof in order to do it. And we claim whatever incentives that are available out there. That's why they did it. So has been a change with the big bill. They're cutting these incentives if we don't start the project, which means ordering materials and all of that before July 4th, the anniversary of when the bill was signed. And Trump did add in there 100% bonus depreciation in year one for any upgrade, not just solar. So, and what they call it is safe harbor. If we just get it started before July 4th, which means ordering materials, these incentives are locked in for you. So with your project, the solar project economics, it's a 290 kilowatt system, and we guarantee the production number, this 360,368 kilowatt hours. We guarantee that for 30 years. And that's 100% of your current energy usage. So you'll still see a bill from the power company, but your actual usage should 100% be covered. And the way it works is you produce more in the summer and less in the winter. But with net metering, if you generate any more, then it kind of gets stored on the grid and it's stored on your account. So it's a 1-for-1 credit. So in the winter, if you're not producing as much, those credits come back in. So and offset the cost for that particular month. So the solar cost is $570,574. Total incentives are $381,000. So you end up getting the solar array for $189 that's not covered by incentives. Some states and power companies have additional incentives that make that number even less, but unfortunately Missouri doesn't have really that kind of support. So, but this system pretty much covers that $36,000 worth of usage every year. So 492 panels. We use American companies and tier one equipment. So you can't say tier one. It actually has to be certified tier one from Bloomberg. And so our racking manufacturers in Illinois, the panel manufacturers in Georgia, and they actually are bifacial panels. So if any sunlight hits the deck of the roof and bounces into the bottom of the panel, that will produce additional energy. And that's on top of the 360 that we're saying. So there's 492 panels with 4 inverters there. And you can see where they're located, but they go right on top of the roof with everything else. There's no holes put in your new roof. It's a weighted ballasted system. And then we usually go from the inverters, everything's in conduit. And we usually take that along the top of the roof and we go into wherever your meter is there and tie it into the system. And our group's been around since 1985 doing different energy projects, and we only do commercial upgrades. By the way, if you do need a new switchgear or any electrical upgrades, we can roll them into this project and you actually get that tax credit along with it. So I'm not sure if you need any other upgrades or not, but lighting, new switchgear, maybe a new transformer, something like that, we can roll into this project. So how does it work on the cash flow? So we do have power company funding available. You put in a couple years financials, and then it's a program that we use through Constellation Energy. So even though you can't choose your energy provider there, they'll still do a separate, funding of the project if you want. So the funded amount goes up a little bit because their money's not free. But the good thing is you pay nothing until the project's fully completed and turned on. So this 155,000, those payments, so that's 155 divided by 12. Those payments would start at after the project complete. So maybe, I don't know, December, they might even do January, February of next year. So you literally pay nothing. Then you get the savings of 36,000. You get a $228,000 tax credit in year one. You get most of the depreciation in year one. So that project is positive 227,000 in year one. And looking at the cumulative cash flow, it goes down as you're making those payments. So It goes negative in year 4 and year 5. So in year 5, you got to look at the ROI a little differently because you're not fully invested. You haven't made the full investment until year 5. So after year 5, it takes 4 years basically to get that ROI back on it. That's optional. We have that available and we get nothing additional for doing it. It's meant to be convenient that you can use cash flow to buy something else, some other equipment. So here's how it looks if a regular ROI on, so you pay the 570, 574, you get the 36,000 in savings, 228,000 in tax credit, and that's a dollar for dollar tax credit. And you can go back and apply that credit to the past 3 years. If you pay taxes, you can amend the returns and get money back right away, or you can use it for this current year and 22 years going forward. And there's actually a market for them. Well, people will buy them for 90 cents on the dollar. Then you get the bonus depreciation. So year 1, it's negative 188,000, and then it takes, as you're getting the savings and you're getting a little more of these depreciation numbers, it ends up with a 5-year ROI. So either way you want to do it, it's fine with us. Like I mentioned, the equipment's tier 1 Bloomberg certified. The panels have a 30-year warranty, and that's why we guarantee the production number for 30. And they don't stop working after 30 years. The panels actually degrade a little bit. And so that guaranteed numbers, including that degrading over time, and it's a 0.5% a year. So after 30 years, maybe the year 31, they'll produce maybe 95% of the number we promised. And so, who knows, but we guarantee that number. So Camcraft is a customer of ours. We only do manufacturers. So they ended up needing a new roof, but they made a mistake. They did the roof before we put on the solar the year before. So they missed out on the tax credit on the cost of the roof. And so that power company funding, like I mentioned, it's available, no payment until it's fully completed. And then it's 60 payments of 5 years worth of payments. And then with the timeline, it says comment. I'm sorry. I didn't fix that, but it's for Ameren. It's about the same, 18 to 16 weeks. They need to give an approval for the interconnection, and we can't order materials or do anything until we get that Ameren interconnection approval. So that's the little timeline we're worried about. And then pre-construction 25 to 26 weeks, construction 8 to 10 weeks. We just put the worst case scenario out there, but rest assured we try to get the project done as soon as possible. Here's a quote from one of our previous customers on some of the incentives.
About a year and a half later, we can say never paid a dime for anything. Got over $2 million worth of solar equipment on the roof, and we're going great. Jim and his team at Revenue Task Force did a great job finding money everywhere between incentives and grants and rebates, tapping into federal money, state money. The energy companies are offering an incentive. So it was really, really a great program. Really happy with what we did here.
And with that, thank you very much. We'd be happy to jump on a Zoom call to answer any other questions you might have. Our group has been around since 1985 doing only commercial projects. Have a great day. Thanks.